telling you, I was at a bar and this guy was going off on me for being white.
Really?
Yeah.
What was this?
It's like when I was hanging out with iDubbbz. This guy
In the toilet, right?
Yeah, I was in the toilet. I was minding my business peeing, and this guy's like, "Oh shit, a white boy is here." And I was like, "Yeah, what's up, dude?" He's like, "I'm gonna watch myself in case you decide to shoot the place up."
Oof.
It's like, all right.
I mean, tell me this now.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you guys are known for that. You guys are known for that shit.
What did you say? You're just like.
I was like, well, I'm from Russia, dude. You don't have to worry about me. I'm an immigrant. He's like, I'm still gonna watch myself in.
I want somebody to be racist to me. I want to see what that would look like. They'd be like, you're a, what are you?
Yeah.
Welcome back to episode 3 of Unsolved Mysteries. Julia Banks was found dead in a school parking lot or courtyard. We actually don't know the location very well. Anyways,
It was
last episode.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's in Massachusetts. I'm talking about the
Verona.
actual school. Listen, we found out 6 suspects that could have possibly killed her by pushing her out the window and like throwing a shoe on her head.
It
when
was
she was on the ground.
No, it wasn't on the head. It was next to a foot.
Whatever, man.
the
You don't
6
know.
suspects
That's
were
important.
Mr. Preakness, Dr. Gelding, Sophie Sunday, Olivia Underwood, Johnny Roca, and Eddie Summers is his name? What was his last name?
Mr. Simpson. Was it?
Samson.
Mr. Sampson.
Mr. Samson.
Mr. Sampson worked. If you cough one more time, I'm actually just gonna.
I will shoot you.
He's getting sick.
He's not sick. He's not sick. He's just been
I've
smoking
I've just got a tickly cough.
He's been chain
Cough,
smoking.
Cough.
And
I haven't smoked in like 2 days.
You smoked last night, mate.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you smoked a bunch of weed.
Yeah, brilliant. I don't know.
What are we doing?
What's the third part of this? Yeah.
The third part of this, we're gonna open up an envelope and we're
Yes.
gonna get a bunch of information. Hopefully, we fucking solve this mystery because I'm really tired of recording this mess.
Envelope?
This is
Envelope.
this is fucking stupid.
Envelope?
How do you say it?
Envelope?
Well, what's the
envelope?
It's It says to solve the case, you'll need to figure out number 1, who is the stallion? Number 2, who wrote the blue note? And number 3, who was with Julia when she fell?
I think Stallion's was the name Johnny Rocker.
Johnny Roca, yeah.
Johnny Rocker.
I don't think Johnny Rook is the stallion.
You don't think he's the stallion?
No.
All right, we need to go through
Yeah, we need to look at this
this
shit.
new shit because we really don't know if off of the information that we've gathered.
Let's keep the photos and stuff together.
These glasses
Let's get rid of these. We don't need this at all.
I feel retarded wearing these. Do I look retarded?
A little bit.
a little bit.
I'm gonna try to figure out some of this
So
shit.
we need to figure out who the stallion is. That's number 1 right now.
Fucking Janice Dowling.
The stallion who wrote the blue note and who actually was with her.
All right, let's all give these a read then. In our heads, quietly. R. Mate,
That nothing.
I don't know, man. This chick's like,
The slut.
she's giving off big alarm bells, red flag. Look at this bit here, look. So Romero, the guy who found the body, right? She's like, he was into me. He was Romeo. He wanted me to be Juliet. Was pushing for it, and he put. I think maybe he felt like if we played lovers on the stage, I'd fall for him in real life. It was pretty clear he was into me. It was cute. I could get him to do anything for me.
What the fuck?
Like be a fucking alibi or something. For, I don't know.
Who?
Finding the body.
Romero would do that?
Yeah, for this bitch.
I'm wondering what this is. So this is obviously the scores are something having to do with the betting, right?
Yeah.
My theory right now, I think that the stallion, so again, let's read the blue note. It says, I know what you've been up to with the stallion. I'll have it printed in the school newspaper unless you give me what I've been asking for. So it's somebody at the newspaper staff, somebody who knows about some sort of affair that she's been having. What I think the stallion is, I think it might be a player from the opposite team. Because the other team was called the Colts, which is a horse. They're horses, right?
Yeah.
Stallion is another
Stop
type
you
of
right
horse.
there. You're wrong about that.
What?
I have here in Samson's interview. Detective asked, did you ever pick up on who the stallion was? Samson was laughing. You're trying to solve this case and you don't even know who the stallion is. Let me give you a hint. Look for the long, straight brown hair, like a stallion's mane. You call yourself a detective, Mr. Allen. Jeez, everybody called her that.
Her?
I'm pretty sure I said that at one point.
Her?
Julia is the stallion.
Julia's not the stallion.
Could be.
Who else has long brown hair? It's on our list.
Janice Dowling.
Oh, it's a her.
Sorry?
Janice
Yep.
Dowling. But I mean, come on, look how long,
She
look
is
how
the
long her
stallion.
fucking hair is. Like they've got that photo on purpose to show how long her hair is.
So why would she have this note?
Somebody gave
What
her
have you
that
been up to
note.
with the stallion? I have printed it in the school newspaper unless you give me what I've been asking for.
The teacher. The teacher was messing with her. The teacher got the note. He confronted her or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
no. What if someone's given this to someone else?
Well, she's the one that had it when she died.
Yeah, but I know, but like it could have been planted, right?
No. Why was Julia the stallion to begin with? What
her
gave
hair.
her that? Just that's her. Okay,
I guess so.
got it. I don't know if
Wait a second.
I think Preakness might be or Preakness might be a red herring here. I think he was in love with her, but he didn't get in trouble until later, where he fell in love with another student.
Yeah.
Well,
He has a history.
Samson mentions that it says that there was one thing that happened a few days before she fell. It says it wasn't really my business, so I kept it to myself. He overheard Julia and a guy, but not sure who it was. He sounded angry and kept yelling stuff like, "We belong together, give me a chance, we get along better than any two people on earth." I can't remember exactly. It was none of my business, but the guy was pretty heated, and I wanted to make sure the girl was okay. Sounded like she left the room, and then I heard the guy crying. You know, like really hard crying, like you can't breathe.
That's confirmed. That would be Craig. Craig
Was that
did-
Craig? Yeah.
Craig did
That's
that.
what he said.
Yeah.
I think so, right? Because she turned him down or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he said, did it sound like somebody who might hurt her? And Samson responds, well, for a few seconds it did, but he sounded like a real cream puff, so I doubt it, whoever it was.
Well, Sophie's like, you know, did you spot anything unusual about her? Just the blue suicide note. Didn't even mention the fucking shoe or anything. That's more weird than the fucking suicide note.
Is it? Like if I see a dead body and then like I see the shoe off of it, I probably wouldn't be like, damn, that's weird. Why is
But the shoe's perfectly on its side. I think this chick's got motive. Sophie Sunday.
She's definitely got motive.
She was definitely, she knew about the betting thing with Johnny. Johnny definitely threw the fucking game, let's be honest, for sure. And also, Julia was fucking Johnny. It's so obvious from this. Because she's like, you know, this bit here.
So wait, Julia was fucking Johnny.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
So you think Johnny's the one that had this note?
I don't know. I think maybe
He wouldn't
Sophie
get that
did.
note. Well,
Who
maybe.
who would give him this note?
Because somebody would want him to throw the game.
No one gave him the note. I'm not saying no. I don't think someone gave him that note. Someone
Somebody
else
could
got
have
that.
given him the note.
I'm just wondering, because it would have to be something that was big enough to merit being printed in the paper. Surely if there's like some love affair, that's not something that would be in the paper.
It was
has to
probably
be something like big.
that he was going to throw the game.
But look, she has double motive though. She has motive for the betting shit. Plus, if Julia's fucking Johnny, like she on this interview, she's so like, you know, he's my man and nothing look like. She's got two birds with one stone. Then she's fucking dead, and then she, you know.
She gets her role.
Yeah, she gets her role. No, that's Olivia, right?
that's
no,
Olivia?
Olivia gets her role.
Oh, okay.
Also, Olivia and Sophie Sunday are fucking friends. They found the body together.
It's very
Also,
sus.
another part to the blue letter, there's two things. We need to figure out who wrote it. I'm sorry, three things. Who wrote it, who it was for, and what is it that they're asking for.
Maybe they're all fucking guilty. Maybe they all just went, fuck this bitch.
What's part one of these steps? Sorry, it's here.
Who is the stallion?
Who is the stallion?
Julia.
Julia, so you should put that in already then.
I did put it in.
And
I
that
put
was
that in
right?
like 35 minutes ago. No, we have to put in all three.
Okay, well, let's do it then. So Julia is a stallion. We think Olivia wrote the blue note.
What's Olivia's last name?
Underwood.
Underwood, yeah.
Okay.
And then who was with Julia was Preakness.
I think it's the girls.
I think this is it.
Sorry, you have one person correct.
What?
Which is a Julia, I reckon.
But now we're back to the original question of the blue letter. What is it that they want? Because obviously that narrative of the
Well,
the rule-
they want Julia to not post the fucking article.
That's one of the theories, right? So, who wouldn't want her to post? And again, what is her that the expose supposed to be about? Was that
Right.
Yeah, but
so? It would have to have gone to somebody that A had a connection to Julia and B had some sort of connection to whatever they are asking for. It's just a matter of knowing what they're asking for.
Yeah.
It couldn't be, oh, don't post this expose because this isn't addressed to Julia.
Right. Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Ah, okay,
So
right.
that's out of the question.
I think it's Johnny Roca throwing the game.
That might be it.
Yeah.
But then who would have a stake in that other than Joey Ferrari?
I wonder if she was like, if your theory is that she got the note before she went to the newsroom, then that means that the reason she went to the newsroom was to get the scores.
Is what I'm assuming.
That's what you're assuming.
Wait, hold on, whoa. Someone put the scores in first anyway, right? Because she wrote it down.
Joey put the score. She was copying it off of Joey's computer.
Right.
So
But
Joey's
somebody
involved.
wanted those scores, right?
Well, if assuming that's what they're asking for, that might not be what they're asking for.
But I'm saying like she went in there with a purpose. She went into the computer room with a purpose. And if she had got
Copying
the note,
the scores, right?
if she had got the note, then her purpose in that room would be to get the note. Because for whatever reason, someone was going to expose
But
her.
why? But why would this note not just be given to Julia directly? Right? Because if Julia was the one with access to the scores, why does it say I know what you've been up to with Julia? Give me what I want. The only person who would have a stake in him throwing the game would probably be Joey, because he's the one who's betting. He was the one who was running that.
I guess because he would have access to the newspaper room. He would be able to print out anything he wants. And if he wanted something, he's doing all these bets.
Also-
if he makes him lose, he'd have a lot of money.
And
Yeah.
Joey keeps on saying how he hammered home the point in his statement that he would write down the statistics for the games on his computer, which seems which could be a lie, and he maybe did that purposely so that she can go get the statistics easily.
But he couldn't have been in the room with her when she died.
He wrote it prior though. That's what he
Right.
said.
He wrote it and
Joey
then
wasn't in
left.
the room.
He
He wrote it and
left.
left.
So then he would have given this to Johnny Roca.
Yes. Who then went to Julia with the letter. She then had to go get the statistics from Joey's computer, which he had left the statistics up purposely to
And then
vindicate himself. Basically, he wasn't there.
Confronted her.
Maybe.
Potentially. So you think Joey wrote the letter for Johnny, who was the last person with
Yeah.
Julia, who was the stallion?
That's
So
what
let's try doing
I'm
that.
thinking.
Okay, so how do you spell Joey's last name?
Ferrari,
Yeah.
Ferrari,
And Roca's last name?
Rocca.
I don't trust fucking Johnny though, I'll say that. Don't trust Johnny, I don't trust goddamn Sophie. And maybe Sophie like knows what he
That
did.
doesn't really help us. Why do you think that?
Because I just don't, from all the statements I've read, I just don't, they don't match up.
We just explained
together.
the strongest of motives.
Yeah, I mean it could be, but I mean it also could be that.
What is
Honestly, I don't know. I'm done with this shit. If I'm completely honest, like I don't even give a fuck
What's the
anymore.
last thing you
What
gotta
kind of
tell?
detective are you?
All right.
A bored one.
Sorry, you have 2 people correct.
Shit.
Fuck!
So it wasn't Preakness.
Oh,
It wasn't
Preakness.
Roca. Sorry. Preakness. It wasn't Preakness and it wasn't Roca that was in the room with her.
Sophie Sunday.
But Ferrari wrote the note about the whole stallion situation.
Sophie Sunday.
You think Sophie Sunday?
Yeah.
Is the one who was the last person with Julia. Well, Joey could have written the letter. Wait a second. Well,
One of these 2 people used to hang out with her anyway.
Well, yeah, Joey could have. Okay, Joey wrote the letter. We know that now.
Yeah.
So Joey wrote the letter. If it was intended for Roca, it's possible that Sophie Sunday could have gotten it because she was with him.
At the time?
So she could have confronted Julia about it instead of Roca.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's what I think. I could
Because
be
it doesn't
completely
say
wrong.
the question isn't
Is that what? That's what you think?
I think Julia was fucking Johnny.
Okay.
She found out about it. It all kind of like was a kind of weird coincidence how things kind of worked out. She's gone up, been like, "What the fuck you doing? Why you fucking my man? What the sports betting thing? Blah 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 blah."
I think that again, the question doesn't ask who was the recipient of the blue note. It asks who was with her last. So the note may have been intended for Roka, but Sophie may have been the one who took it to Julia and confronted her about it.
I guess the two of them would have had alibis for each other, right? And that's
Which is why it doesn't add up completely, but it's still similar.
The detective is saying that Julia had a notebook full of Roka's stats that she was studying.
Yeah.
So she was probably onto him throwing games.
That's what the expose was about.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Now we know for sure.
We figured this out. Like
Yeah, but
half
we
an
know
hour
for
ago.
sure because you didn't mention it.
All of this is going to be explained in the end.
I thought we knew this.
We have one last step, and it's just figuring out who the fuck was in the room with Julia when she died. I think it's Sophie.
Okay. What's her last name? Sunday.
But we got two of the three. We've got two.
Yeah,
of
we
the
are very
three.
close, to be fair.
We are very close. Give us the news, Chief.
My girl Sunday. I quit being a detective. Hold on! No, never mind.
So, Joey is the one who wrote the note. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
We just don't know who was with her when she died. So, it's about, right now, there's two components. It's about who the letter was intended for. We still think it's Johnny Roca, but who was with her when she died, who had the letter to give to her. Wait. No.
What if it was...
No, she got the fucking letter before she went to the classroom. It wasn't somebody confronted her with the letter.
Right.
Yeah.
She already had it.
Huh.
So it couldn't have been Johnny or Sophie, because they were in the bathroom fucking, is what they say.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, maybe.
So somebody else gave her the letter. Fuck.
Thing is, okay. How did she even get the letter in the fucking first
That's what I'm
place?
saying,
the
is how
problem.
did she get the letter?
Was it planted or was it not?
How did she? I don't think it's a matter of if it was planned. She had the letter.
But it wasn't intended for her, so why would she get it?
It's a matter of who gave her the letter to begin with, and then who was in the room.
So we know Ferrari wrote the letter.
Yeah, but who gave her the letter? Maybe he gave her the letter.
There's
it doesn't make any sense.
There's no way she fell with that fucking letter next to her hand. There's no fucking way. She's not even holding it. Legit.
Okay, we need to throw this away. You keep looking at this shit.
I
It's
think
fucking
that's
garbage.
the key.
I think we should take this to the highest levels. I think we take every single person down connected to this. Coroner, look into his past.
What's the coroner's name? I'm gonna put that in here.
Wait, hold on.
Get a witness statement.
Well, hold on a fucking minute. This is meant to be her report, right? Then why has she got a penis? Legit.
Are you serious?
What the fuck?
Ew!
Olivia as the final answer, because I have no fucking idea.
Underwood?
Yes, I don't
not
know
it.
who else it would be.
It's not it.
Awesome.
Fucking great, dude.
Dude, I don't understand who the fuck. Try Gelding. I don't care. I just try every name at this point. This has gone on for way too long.
Interesting theory,
Why?
but is it right? Seems like you're onto something. Let's see if you really figured it out. Which document reveals that Julia is the stallion?
It was the
was,
interview with fucking
Samson's-
Samson, yeah.
Later interview.
Which document reveals what Joey Ferrari wanted?
But what's the options?
Everything.
Fucking hell.
Other hints. We actually didn't use a single hint this entire time.
So you think?
We did. We used a hint.
When?
The very first.
It was
Go.
about the shoe or
It was
whatever.
last
Yeah.
week, bro. I don't remember anything that happened.
There's two people that asked Gelding for something, but only one of them could have written the note.
The principal.
The principal asked him to go
Yeah.
to the room.
Two of the three documents needed for Gelding is his interrogation and his witness statement. The third document contradicts something he said in his interrogation.
Well, who's got that?
I mean, Gelding talks about Joey here, and he says that the expose was probably about sports betting.
I know she also asked Gelding to be the editor this year, but for some reason he chose Craig instead of either of us.
Who says that?
Ferrari.
Yeah, there was that.
That was it?
Julie and I both wrote for the school newspaper, and I've known her since 8th grade, but we weren't super close outside of that. I know she has also asked Gelding to be the editor this year, but for some reason he chose Craig instead of either of us. So what he wanted was, I'm guessing, to be the editor.
To be the editor, yeah.
That was his fucking
Every
motive.
theory that we've had has been so off.
That was his motive, to be the fucking editor.
But what is the motive for Gelding then? Why would he kill Julia?
For shits and giggles, man.
Just thought it'd be
He's got
funny.
a dark passenger. Like Dexter, you see Dexter before?
We need
Yeah.
the document that contradicts his interrogation.
Fucking hell. Editor motive. Are you like, fuck off?
That's crazy. We didn't even get that. Like that was not even something.
Because it's so lame.
No, we thought it was that he wanted to make more money from betting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense.
It does
than
makes way more sense.
Well, if
Just
Samson
him
was
wanting to
saying
be
that it
an
was
editor.
only, yeah, if Samson was saying it was for like a couple bucks at a time, I mean, that's pretty weak to want to kill somebody, right?
Mate, kids
It's
are
pretty
fucking
weak to
weird.
want to kill somebody over being the editor. But he's not the one that killed her.
I know.
He was just gonna tell everyone that.
So wait a second, but if he gave, what is it that Gelding had in connection to Julia?
Maybe
then?
he's the one that had a relationship with her.
Gelding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if Joey was just bullshitting? What if he just kind of be like, I know what's going on.
Well, just hear me out. Like, Joey knew that they were dating, and he was gonna put it in the newspaper, right?
No, but Julia had the expose
Very
there.
interesting.
What?
Julia had the big expose.
That was about
don't-
the betting.
That was about the betting, though,
Right, okay.
which is what we thought he was trying to like keep that covered up or something. But no, he was just trying to be an editor.
No, him trying to keep that covered up wouldn't have made sense anyways, because Samson, I think. Samson, when he talked about the betting, he said everybody knew, they just didn't say anything. So that wouldn't have been like a crazy thing.
No, I'm saying the expose would have been they were
Throwing games.
throwing games.
Oh, for the bet. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
And we thought he was trying to cover it up, which is that was his motive, which is infinitely better motive than he wants to be the editor for a school newspaper.
Stop saying it. I'm getting depressed.
But why?
Fuck
I'm trying to find
So
it.
he would have given this note per our theory to Gelding,
Gelding, yeah.
right?
what are you doing?
I'm trying to find the discrepancy from his statement to any of the previous stuff. I can't find, like, everything that I'm thinking is like, oh, that's it. It actually lines up.
Well, it's just something he said in his interrogation that doesn't line up with something someone else said.
That's what I'm wondering.
Dr. Gelding is the only one that was like, hey, I asked him to do something. Or sorry, not Dr. Gelding, but Janice fucking, whatever her face is, the principal,
Yeah.
asked him to do something. But this might be post, I don't know.
When did she say that? Where was that?
It wasn't her witness statement. She's like,
Where's the witness statement? It's right here.
I asked Dr. Gelding to go up to the room to check something out.
I want this to be done.
Wait, actually, no, this could still work. Did he say anything about the room or anything like that?
The door being open afterwards?
Because specifically, Ferrari mentions a room gets hot. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the sun, or maybe but I opened the window to let some cool air in. Lost track of time. It was 8:50. I had 5 minutes to sign back out. I was in a rush, but I'm positive I turned off the light and shut the door behind me.
It's the picture of the door that's open. That proves that he's not where he was saying.
Why is
Because
that?
he has a key. He has a key. Nobody else has the key. Everybody's accounted for, except for him. During this time period, he's not accounted for.
No, other people have a key as well. Joey Ferrari is the key.
Yeah, but he locked the door behind him.
He says he locked the door behind him, and he's positive he turned off the lights.
That's not the case.
The lights are definitely on here.
Yeah.
The lights are definitely on, yeah.
But this just contradicts him. In which case, now we have nothing.
No. That means that somebody had came in afterwards.
The only other person who had access to it was Gelding.
Well, Julia allegedly came back afterwards.
Right? Yeah.
But now all we know is that he was with her. So my point is there something that contradicts his interrogation?
What if Gelding's got up to go see Joey? Joey's gone. Then Julia went up to go get the sports betting shit. She went to go confront Joey.
At what point does... Oh, fuck.
End up being Julia.
I'm trying to find where Dowling says something about asking Gelding anything. I'm not seeing it.
And the problem is that my thinking's askew because I'm like, well, fuck, it's probably not going to be that now. I mean, if his motive is, I want to be an editor in a newspaper, it's like, well, okay, well then it's not going to be like emotional and this and that. I could literally be like, oh, you know, fucking Dr. Gelding went, fuck it, man. He lost his mind. He lost his double-sized, whatever the fuck, and killed it, you know what I mean? It could be anything at this fucking point, something stupid like that, like...
Yeah, it really does, like, remove any emotional gravitas.
What if she, like, called him a bitch and he's like, what the fuck? And then, you know... I
mean, it's a genuine surprise that it was Gelding in the room with her, but...
Oh my god, what if Gelding went up there to go fuck Julia, he said he left the window open, right? What if he closed it and locked the window? He's picked her up, gone to fuck her against the, like, windowsill, on her back. Still holding a shoe because he's holding her.
She 18.
And then he's like, oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit, she's falling out. Grabs the shoe, falls off.
That's how they made it not weird,
Oh shit.
I'm pissed.
You know what it was?
What?
Oh, you got the answer? What was it?
It was the door. It was a picture of the door.
What did I fucking say? Oh my god.
We all said it, we were like, fucking lights on.
Great.
Is that
Great
it?
detective work. Julia Banks was the stallion because she's the only main female character with long brown hair like Earl Sampson hinted at in his interrogation. Joey Ferrari admitted wanting to be editor of the paper in his witness statement. He discovered Julia and Dr. Gelding's affair while smoking a cigarette in the 5th floor bathroom with Earl Sampson and handed Dr. Gelding the blue note when he saw him in Miss Marston's class 2nd period. Dr. Gelding lied about not being in the newspaper room all day because there's an assignment written on the chalkboard in his handwriting to cover the Windsor Castle fire.
What?
Which is a real event
What?
that occurred in the morning of November 20th, 1992.
Are you fucking joking?
You can barely see that. I said, what? Are you
You'd have to cross-reference everybody's fucking
The handwriting of the word fire can be verified to be Dr. Gelding's from his witness statement in his interrogation states he did not go into the newspaper room all day.
Jesus.
But
That's so retarded.
But because there's something on the chalkboard that has his hand signature on it, it's assumed that the chalkboard is cleaned every day, and the only way that his signature or something that he put could have been on there was because it was from an event that was going on that day.
Well, I think it might have been here in the newspaper.
Right. Open the final bonus envelope for more details about the case. Congrats.
But why? What the fuck? Why was the shoe taken off?
Dude. Yeah, why was the shoe taken off? What the fuck is this?
Why was there paint on the shoe?
He was jerking off to her feet and she fell out.
The Verona community is in shock today over a chilling murder confession of former high school guidance counsellor Dr. Benjamin Gelding. We now go to Ali, who is live at East Verona High School.
Thank you, Seb. Dr. Benjamin Gelding worked as a guidance counselor here at East Verona High School for over 35 years until retiring in 2015. Earlier today, he confessed to pushing a student, 18-year-old Julia Banks, out of the 6th floor window of the school on November 20th, 1992.
Okay?
According to Verona PD, Gelding was having an affair with the student and pushed her out of the window when she threatened to go public about their relationship. Dr. Gelding also covered up the crime by creating a fake suicide note and lying to police about the victim's past history of suicidal thoughts. For more information about that investigation, I'll turn it over to Ron, live from the Verona police station.
Thanks, Allie. Ms. Banks' death was originally ruled a suicide by Verona police detectives, but was recently reopened due to new information provided by an independent investigator who was able to prove Ms. Banks was not alone when she fell from the window.
Dex.
Verona Police Detective John Allen worked with the investigator to identify suspects in the case and
shoes,
prove
mate.
Dr.
They better
Gelding
explain
lied
why the
about his
shoe was off.
whereabouts on the day of the murder. Currently in his 70s, Dr. Gelding is facing multiple charges and is expected to spend the rest of his life behind bars. Back to you in the studio, Seb.
Thanks, Ron. We'll have more information on this story as it develops. And after the break, we have exclusive interviews about the Johnny Rocker High School football betting scandal. We'll hear from two of his former teammates, Emmanuel Russell and James Lowe. Stay tuned.
Yeah, what about the shoe? I need to know why the shoe was taken off. Because, like, literally, that was the first entire hour, was the evidence, the shoe was off. Why was it off? Also, why the fuck would Julia want to go public with her fucking relationship with Gelding? It makes no sense, legit. What's the fucking point?
She's exposing herself.
Why? Who the fuck cares?
Why?
She likes Gelding, right? She's 18, it's consensual, okay, it's not right. I mean, fucking hell, man. Are you joking?
This is so stupid. Okay, let me. I'm gonna read Dr. Gelding's voluntary statement of how he killed Julia Banks.
Okay, the shoe.
I thought it was an article idea until I opened it in the hall and my heart fell on the floor. I wanted to speak with Julia immediately and I thought she might skip the pep rally to work on her expose. So I went to the newsroom. While waiting there, I updated the chalkboard of next week's stories to include the Windsor Castle fire. I had just heard about it and thought it was more culturally relevant than high school boys washing cars in singlets.
It's the wrestlers.
This change to the chalkboard is what tipped off investigators that I lied about not being in the room that day. That's all it took to send my tower of lies crashing to the ground. When Julia arrived, I handed her the blue note and thought she would understand that I needed to end the relationship. I was wrong. She walked near the window and swore that she would not keep it a secret for even one more day. She said something like, I want the whole world to know. I'll scream it out this window right now. Once everybody knows, we can finally be together with nothing to hide. So she wasn't trying to expose them. She wanted them to be together.
Right.
So, at the moment, I knew she was about to destroy my life. I cared deeply for Julia, but I did not want to lose my family. In my mind, for a second, she became a threat to my family and my fight or flight response kicked in. Without any consideration, I stepped on her foot and pushed her right out the window.
Oh, fuck off.
Why did he have paint on his foot? Why did he have paint on his foot? Her shoe was still undermined as her body dropped 6 floors to the pavement below. I threw the shoe down after her because I thought it might look suspicious otherwise.
And it landed right next to her fucking... Fuck off with that shit.
I also drafted a brief suicide note on the computer to throw off the police. Craig's review was the perfect explanation for suicide, so I constructed the narrative of Julia's bipolar disorder to make it come together. I also knew Julia had told Mr. Preakness she was having an affair and the blue note would be suspicious, so I tried to push the police towards other suspects that I knew would lead nowhere. I only lost control for a split second. That's all it took to ruin so many lives. I'm so ashamed and sorry for what I did and will accept whatever fate befalls me.
What about the note? Was she holding the note when she fell, or did he fucking throw that as well? Like, what the fuck is this, the stupid
Why are you hung up on the note?
I'm just saying, look.
Yeah, they talk about the note in like her newspaper article.
Look, this is Julia, okay? There's her fucking foot. I'm high as fuck, okay?
Not this again.
Yeah?
Here, hold on.
Yeah, that's it. That's better. That's better. Now, face toward me. Face toward me. Okay. Now I'm gonna throw it like that. Okay. So I'm like, oh, I've got. Remember, she fell quite fucking far.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
No, it's not.
It's not too bad,
The
honestly.
fucking shoe was like this.
That was a perfect toss.
The shoe literally was like that.
Landed pretty close
Perfectly,
to
it
his
was
foot.
perfect.
That
The
was
shoe
actually
was like
right
this
next to
on the
his foot.
Perfect. It
picture.
was a perfect throw.
It was right next to his foot.
Hold on. No, never mind.
Whoa, didn't see you there. Thanks for watching this unsolved mystery, or us, a bunch of amateur detectives helped solve a murder of a teenage girl who died in 1992. Very cool stuff. Make sure to check out some the other videos we got going on over here. Also, we got some dope merch coming out. Description box below. Click that link. Go buy a new Sweet Cow Chop t-shirt, because that's how we're gonna keep this from turning off. I mean, you just pull this. That's how that. But you get my point.